Namaskar, everybody. Now, I'll be starting Hades. I'll be continuing Hades and gonna start it now. Let's see if I die a little bit less today. Although I've forgotten most of the controls, so not much hope there. Just waiting for this to turn on, so yeah, 2 minutes. Oh, some technical issues here. I will update the volume because I noticed that last time in the recording there was pretty less volume. So yeah, I'll update that. Okay, I guess loud enough. Let's get going. Now I'll have to remind myself of all the moves, so I guess. Oh, yeah. I mean, how it is. I guess it was fun. I don't mind dying right now because I will practice a tiny amount. ओके ठीक है मुझे कंट्रोल ज़्यादातर याद आ गए हैं आई थिंक इट विल बी गुड ओ शिट Hell yeah, headshot.
All clear.
Nice. Let's see. Okay, E.
I can use this
I
to
have
unlock a
forgotten
weapon.
most of the controls, yes. This is updated. Bloodstone. The world itself is alive in a way, is it not? Even the realm of the dead. All of us here, the world with it. We flow through time as blood flows through mortal veins. Look carefully, and you shall find that there is power, feeling in the earth itself. And, like any power, it seeks to be claimed, to be held. With all this in mind, as well as due to appearance, I suppose, do bloodstones take their name? Okay, let's get going. Oh. Wrong buttons. Okay. Shit. Okay, nice. I'm gonna
Go
have
for
some
the
health
health.
back. I did not do too good here. Any other gate? Anything else for me to check out? Let's try being linked here. Okay, nothing. We are gonna move on. अब एक सेकेंड मुझे पानी पीना है.
Come on, you. That's for last time.
एंगल नहीं बन रहा मेरा यहाँ से. मत. Come on.
That's what you get.
Hell yeah. Nice. Okay, good. Let's see. Health not so great, but I think we'll be fine. Okay, what are you gonna give? I don't know what that is, so I think I'll go there. सारा गोल्फ ने मेरी अच्छी प्रैक्टिस करा दी है इस चीज़ की. इन गमलों में कुछ होना चाहिए. I wonder if I'll get an achievement out of all of this. I am low on health. I'm low on health. I'm pretty low on health.
Pests.
Well, I'm dead. Okay, ये गमले मेरी जान के दुश्मन है. Okay, I just need to find the source and kill it, but the source runs away from me, which sucks so bad. Source stop being a coward and just attack me, but no, तुम range attacker हो, so you are going to shoot at me and then run away, which range attackers do. That's why I like melee attack more. कम से कम सामने से आकर तुम attack करो, हाँ. Although yes, range is super strong and I am literally doing the same thing. Where is the dude? Not the dude. Mehem, खुश हो जाओ.
He's back already, Cerberus. Just as I indicated.
I'm standing right here, Father.
I'm sorry he disturbed your rest again, Cerberus. You've done a good job. The realm is well defended still to the high standard that you set.
Whenever I come back, मुझे गालियाँ पड़ती हैं. That's not like real form. My parents are actually pretty happy to see me whenever I'm back. I like Rock compared to his. I forgot his name. Let's go.
The Hound of Hell barely regards the prince, having been sated for the time.
Oh.
Take care, boy.
But
If I don't patch your other heads, don't bite my arm off. Deal?
Oh.
Work approved. This color ought to suit the hole back there.
It was perfectly acceptable before.
I can't afford any of this.
Yeah, I really can't.
Achilles on break, I guess.
Oh, nobody's here. I feel so alone.
No time to rest.
You are wicked, since you have no time to rest. You know.
Remember, there are those who love you, child.
She is cool. She's cool.
Good
And
catching
I like
up.
the color of her lipstick, so I'll probably get that.
I've come for questionable deals.
Questionable deals. Okay, let's see. I don't have anything. So let's get going. Shall we use? Yes, there's literally nothing to do here. Oh, who's the star person?
Thanatos, featured servant of the house.
Thanatos. So is Thanos' name taken from that, or is this name taken from Thanos's? Let's see. Anybody gossiping? Nobody gossiping? Kind of wanted to see some of the gossip. Where are my gossip mongers? Well, I guess not much to do then.
Your Highness,
Ah.
I hope you're having a nice stay.
Yes,
Even though you don't want to live here anymore, Your Highness.
that's too cute.
And there she goes again.
Oh, you poor Tusa. Is it the hell thingy, or is somebody literally like whispering in my ear? Because if it's hell thingy, good job. And if
It's this
somebody is
mirror.
whispering in my ears, I would like to know that. Yeah, I see. So nothing to do here. अपने पास ज़्यादा कुछ है नहीं करने को, तो we will get going. Come on, loud.
Boyo!
Hi, boy. Anybody else unlocked? Nobody else unlocked.
Need a key.
I don't have a key. Let's
You
start.
having a rough time out there, boyo? You just remember something. You're a god, all right? Way tougher than you think.
Oh.
They give you trouble, you just turn on god mode and you let them have it for me.
You act as though this god mode is some sort of lever I can simply switch at will if ever I wish to unlock my latent strength there, mate.
Exactly, pal, that's it.
Well, interesting. I wonder what we got more do. Apologies. Oh, that's so sweet. No. I mean, that's really sweet, but yeah. Let's just get good, shall we? Okay. And let's leave this place. This cursed place.
All right,
जहाँ मेरे
one
dad
more
मुझे
time.
constantly कुछ ना कुछ सुनाते रहते हैं. And then all of a sudden random gods come and give me gifts. And I don't know how I feel about that. Because it's awesome to get gifts, but also, interesting.
Oh, it's her.
Aphrodite.
That must be a mess. Let's see here. Hi there. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Uh-huh.
Why, hello there, little godling. I have to say, you're quite the specimen, and so I've decided I shall
she's
aid you for the
big.
moment. You interested?
I thought I'd take the epic thing.
Interested? In the power to break hearts? Sure, I don't see why not.
Nice. Let's see what's the new update. Aphrodite. I hope I pronounced this right because I've always said it Aphrodite, but recently I've came to know that Persephone is pronounced Persephone and not Persephone because I used to do that. So Aphrodite wields her beauty and her charm with much the same lethality as I could wield the spear. I have seen her handiwork firsthand, and it is often not as pretty as she is. Also, she is naked. Shim shim.
More brimstones.
Neat.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Hell yeah. Titans mama. Interesting.
darker weapon back at home.
Hell yeah. Is this the only exit? Yep, it is. Shit. Ouch. Ah. Damn you.
A bottle of nectar. Who should I give this to?
Darkness. Born of chaos. The underworld is a domain of pure and utter darkness. Sometimes this dark essence becomes manifest through all the raging of the dead and all the strife that can unfold beneath the earth. I am bad at this game. I am so about to die. How come there are no enemies? This surprises me to no end.
Good.
How fares your feud against my crusty elder brother lately? Good? Big Hades, he is disagreeable with all of us, not just with you. So don't you take it personal and stick with me.
I don't dislike Hades that much. I mean, I get that sometimes parents are angry with you. But you shouldn't be shit talking my dad. I'm barely using cast, so
Let's make some waves.
hell yeah. Anything nice. Right. This is gonna give me money. And this is gonna also give me money. This money I can use for rebuilding. This money, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be using this for, so we have a clear winner. I wonder if I'll be like the Queen of Pots or something by the end of this. B for boon info. Okay. Attack damage this and this and this. Cool. Okay.
They're armored.
Shit. I am so damn in trouble. Shit. No! Shit. Haha, I'm in trouble. Haha, I'm in so much trouble. No! No! Shit. I guess I'll just get some renovations done then. But I don't have enough money for that as well. I wish I got some health out of that. Yeah. I suck at this game, oh my god, I suck. Shit. No!
Skull mats.
Shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Who expected that? Did you think I would die right now? Damn. I lost all those boons as well, I think.
So did everybody miss me?
Ooh, looks like one of those little numbskulls took a big old bite right out of you back there. I guess they got you, huh? Maybe if you weren't quite so tasty, they'd leave you alone. And so would I.
Ah, Hypnos. I'm flattered.
Okay. Surprise, Hypnos. I got you this.
Whoa. You can't bring that in here. Just kidding. Thanks. But wait, I'll trade you. Look.
Oh,
Cheers, Hypnos.
that's so sweet. Oh. Okay. Though Hypnos may be lacking in propriety, he brings a certain cheer, however unconventional, into the grim proceedings of the house. I don't know what that did, but it was nice. I would like to give more bits.
Cerberus is busily considering upon what else to gnaw.
Aww, isn't that a cute doggy?
I mean, old father's
Oh my
nice to
God.
you at least, isn't he, boy?
Permit the dog his rest.
You want to talk to me, don't you? You're jealous I'm just standing there petting a dog instead of talking to you.
Well, that was quick.
It wasn't.
Ready to give up or no?
No.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? Lucky I've got other family who believe in me.
Be careful whom you give your trust. My brothers frolic on Olympus while we work, while I work. You're just like them. No wonder they like you.
Oh man. Can I give something to Hades? No, I can't. Okay. Yes, I would go talk to Achilles. And not
Prince.
his heels.
Happen to know whom I should thank for the weapons just outside my chambers, Achilles?
I'm sure I wouldn't, lad. Though if I happen to run into them, I'll let them know.
Oh, I can't gift you anything, huh? Can I gift anything else to Hypnos, or is it like a dying thing? Oh. Poor Hypnos. I get you, man.
There is no setback which you cannot overcome.
Thank you, Nix.
Okay, I can't gift randomly. Let's go here. Let's take out this place.
Than's the featured servant of the house again.
Santos. Santos.
The ancient casks of wine hidden within the recesses of the House of Lord Hades. Few have tasted the intoxicating vintage they contain, and fewer still are permitted anywhere near their vicinity.
Still waiting for the festive occasion when we'll open one of these.
I have not yet traded anything.
What's for sale?
Well, I won't get the weapon. I can get
It's
some
too good a
other
deal to pass up.
I know I don't have much keys now, but let's go get something nice. Then maybe my father will love me. Oh.
Here are the gems. Paid in full up front. Let's see what we get.
Yeah. Are you proud of me now, Dad? No, you are not. The place looks dope. Dusa!
Dusa, turns out that I may be stopping back from time to time like this. But please don't bother picking up my room. I won't be staying long.
Oh, sure. But I'll just keep an eye on things in there from time to time, in case you change your mind. So, goodbye.
Bye. Yes.
Goodbye.
I don't know why I want to leave. Maybe it's just a thrill-seeking thingy. So it's nice to have like exit hole. People keep whispering in my ear. It's spooky and I hate it, but not so much. Just a little bit. I hate it just tiny amounts. I would not get.
There he is.
Oh.
You're pretty quick, you know, boyo. Just be sure to use that fancy dash of yours and keep him guessing.
Dash like mad instead of standing still. That's not...
Fair enough, I'll dash more.
This needs more keys to open.
Yeah. Let's see who gives me a gift this time.
My weapon's hidden talents.
Your power shot is something that I have been using. Your special pierces 4 and deals 400% damage to armor. I will have this.
Quite the bow.
Hot. I am hanging so bad. Ow. 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 Don't kick the table leg. It will hurt you. Hut. Nobody else? Just this one dude. Just tell me why. Oh shit. I did not see that at all. Yeah. Okay, nice. I get a key.
This can unlock a weapon back at home.
Yes, it can. This can unlock a weapon. Guys in their deep voices. I want a deeper voice. I am jealous. I see. You have range issues, my friend. Shit! Wow, I took way too much damage from that one. I have taken way too much damage here.
Cries of battle. This one was bound to show up, I guess. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Zeus.
You've got quite the fighting spirit in you there,
Ah,
I have
nice.
to say. Most intriguing, and yet no surprise for someone born in hell itself. You come on out of there and tell me all about it. I'm a fellow student of death, you see.
Fair enough. Oh yeah. Doom. The special inflicts doom 80 points के लिए. Okay, it will make me.
I will keep fighting.
Aries. Although my heart has long since stopped, yet it holds love in it for all the gods, save one, the one who made and ruined me as well. I have no kind words to impart on him, except, perhaps, in form of this concession, for, much like the heavens and the sea, can be considered as a force of nature. Is it so? Can be considered, yes. Not gonna disagree on that. I need to proceed.
Fight me. Payback.
Hey, you remember, huh? Good, good, good. Shit.
Perfect.
But I am almost dead, so won't be gone.
They absorbed my blow.
What? Ah! Absorbed your blow? So is it like peat pieces are attacking but this is happening, or the hell was that? I mean, the attack's fine, they were increased, yeah, got it.
Oh, surprise.
I play in God mode, I should not resist the temptation.
I'm up.
Yes.
Looks like one of the wretched witches shot you dead last time. Sorry to hear that, huh? Have you tried shooting them for?
I haven't.
Oh, wow, thanks. This is real nice of you. I sure am glad you died out there just now.
I'm glad I died as well, Hypnos.
Aw.
I'm glad I died as well.
Wow. I see. The Hypnos may be lacking in propriety. He brings up. Ah, this is the one that I read before. So, okay. What do these hearts do? What do they do? What do they do? What do they do eventually?
Go, get out. Don't let me stop you.
Let's stop. Without you.
Cerberus cannot be bothered at this time.
Cerberus is so sick and tired of seeing my face again and
You
again.
like it when you get pets like this, don't you, boy?
Yes. You must. I don't have a real dog. You're the only thing I have.
Achilles is off duty.
Prince, your father, I think he's pretty steamed right now about something, so maybe you could stay away from him, or I could tell him you're not here.
That's quite all right, Dusa. I'm not afraid of him, and neither should you be. You're the best help he's ever found.
Just doing my job here, Prince.
Oh my god, you're so very cute. You are asleep. Ah.
Nyx isn't around.
Still Thanatos.
Than's the featured servant once again. What's on the old exchange?
I guess I'm fine. Yeah, gossipers.
What's the good word?
I've got a dream, I've got a dream.
Skelly. Boyo.
Oh,
You know something, Boyo? I think you could do a real number on one of these columns holding up this place and bring the whole thing down in just a few swipes. Boom, boom, boom. And hate to be standing near one of them if you did.
Wreck my father's finely crafted architecture every chance I get. That I can do for sure.
Zagreus. I like you, Zagreus. You are funnies. Is there something?
Stygius, blade of the underworld. I need your strength.
Care for a warm-up with that?
Got something new to try.
That's new. Receive 100 this to spend as you please. Once per escape attempt. Nice.
Okay.
I am gonna get my bow again. This is just too good. Okay. This is hard to do. It's a little bit hard to do.
Again.
Hell yes.
That sound.
Ooh.
That was revelry? People having a good time? Well, sure then. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I'll accept this message.
Dionysus, is it?
Hey there, Zag.
Yes,
man. How's
I
it
knew
going?
it.
Look, you have got to get here with the rest of us already. We've been saving you a spot. Let me see what I can do. Make life a little sweeter for you in the meantime.
With the amount of alcohol that Dionysus consumes, he can't have abs. Your attack and blitz hangover. Okay, nice. Special blitz hangover, and to be sure to cast lobs a large explosion that bursts into festive fog. I should be casting.
Leave it to the god of wine to liven things up around here.
Well, that was neat. Dionysus. I don't know the exact pronunciation, so please forgive me for this. Perhaps I ought to feel a kinship with the easygoing son of Zeus, for it is said that he has some mortal blood in him, not just divinity. Well, that's an interesting thing to know. Are you going out looking for your mommy? That's very nice. What did Persephone did when she found out that he had an affair? Nobody? Seriously? Okay, more pillar hits. I get that. Philia, man, philia. Okay, this was just too easy. ठीक है, गेम ने मेरे level आसान कर दिया.
Key to a weapon.
Hell yeah, now I'll have another weapon. And about the rich thugs, a new piece of information has been added. Even now, reduced merely to shades, they are compelled by evil thoughts and take to brandishing about crude weapons washed down by the river Styx. Styx. I've got a dream. I've got a dream. Someday I'll get something out of breaking all these pots. Yes.
Power. Delicious.
Ah, nice. I have more attack power. Okay, form of power. There is not much to eat here in the underworld, conventionally speaking. The pomegranate is a rare exception, having made its way down to the depths, perhaps along the Lord Hades himself. when he first came to this realm aeons ago. Here, this blood red fruit holds something of a terrifying power. I can imagine how a pomegranate got there. Those things are indestructible. I'm gonna have a new weapon this time when I die. Ah, I walked into that literally. Ah! Keep walking into these things.
Next up.
Die! Fuck yeah.
This can unlock something back home.
Okay, wretched witch entry is complete. Here, the sole remaining source of purpose that they have is to snuff out the final vestiges of life that find their way into this grim domain. Alright, wretched witches, you better watch out. I am here with my sucky gameplay. Ha 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 ha. Yes.
Did you happen to know, my king, that you have slain more than 100 foes since you began your quest?
Ah.
You have, for I am keeping count.
Nee.
And I am most impressed.
But Drunken is awesome. Okay, this sounds nice. This sounds awesome. Yeah. Give me something so that I can heal myself, because come on, I need something to heal myself. Sorry. More keys or more dark energy? I will go towards more dark energy. I have a couple of keys now. I'll open the one which was harder to open. Hush! Shit. That is just too much damage. Shit! You, my friend, are... Can I get drunk or something? Okay, you are armored. Shit. Shit. Okay, let's check out the new weapon then. Okay, I have no idea मैं
Tough
यहाँ से
break.
बाहर कैसे निकलने वाली हूँ. There are no save points so far. I keep constantly dying.
Says here a wretched lout slapped you to death again. That's a tough break. Have you tried talking it out or something? I don't know.
You know, I haven't.
Okay.
Ah, tough luck.
It really was, Dad.
Such foolishness as yours I scarce can comprehend.
बाहर में जाओ, Dad.
Well, all right.
The much feared Cerberus licks endlessly at something on the floor.
Till next time.
We
You
are
had
gonna
enough to
have
eat
pets.
lately, haven't you, boy? Maybe you'll have something more affordable next time.
Seriously.
Your enemy is not the wretched dead, and not your father, lad. It is the underworld itself. It has been fashioned to prevent escape.
I can see that.
You must
now.
have seen by now how all the chambers seem to rearrange themselves.
The underworld itself, my enemy. I'll do my best anticipating its surprises, sir.
What a gentle voice. I like your voice, Sergius.
You are back. Alas, you have seen much of Hypnos, little child. I hope you find his disposition somewhat tolerable. Please tell me plain if this is not the case.
Oh, he's not so bad, Nix. Be proud of your sleepy, cheerful son.
Aw.
Who else among us is able to muster that kind of enthusiasm?
That's so sweet.
Looks like Meg's the featured house servant right now.
When will it be the turn of Dusa? Is Dusa here anywhere? Yeah, I don't have that. Let's go open up something. Let's go open up something.
Hey,
Yes.
you're getting pretty strong, I'll give you that, boyo. Strong enough to smack a guy like me right up against the wall and I'd go straight to pieces. Boom! You just remember, when you're duking it out, the walls are your friend.
Smack guys against walls. Sound advice as ever, mate.
Okay, I'll try that.
Open up. Baratha, the eternal spear. Join my pursuit.
Ah,
What'd you
Okay.
get? What'd you get?
okay, this is neat.
Nice!
Interesting. I do want to see what that is too. Is it like a skull I can send out or something? Let's try the new weapon. Let's try the new weapon.
Gust of air.
Ooh, I do not know who the god of air is. I know the god of sun was Apollo.
This mark, almost like a bat wing. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Hey, boss. Found you.
Hermes, yes.
Hermes,
Hermes.
at your service. Pleasure. You are the talk of Olympus.
Oh.
Normally I wouldn't get mixed up, but for you, I'll be making an exception. Now, come on. We've both got places to be.
That's nice. Oh, nice. This is something that I need.
Appreciate the lift, Lord Hermes, sir. Now let's go.
Oh, I'm not wielding that anymore. Yeah, well, I'm gonna go back there. Okay, Eternal Spirit must have been the site of Lord Hades wielded. It must have been a site when Lord Hades wielded Varatha, the Eternal Spear, versus the Titans, driving back those fiends into deaths, together with the help of his Olympian brothers and sisters. What about Heart-Seeking Bow? Hera since abandoned her once warlike ways, quite understandably, for she has greater matters to attend now. However, Cronac yet earns for further bloodshed. I want to go back to the bow, so once I die, which I probably definitely will, I will go back to the bow. It was simpler to fight with that. I am liking very much.
For the house.
That was lovely. Might keep the spear then.
How do you do?
Okay, yeah, probably gonna keep this. You just wait, woman. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I like blowing that thing up. That's very similar to God of War game mechanics. Okay, this was well done, singer.
Sweet.
Yes, very, very, very sweet. I don't want to go for money, I'll go for upgrades because eventually I hope I'm able to get out of Tartarus. Idiot that I am.
Dust. Almost had me.
Hell yes, you did. Hold special for up to 200%, spin attack for 125%, special damages 50%, critical chance on recovery. Yeah, how was I doing spin attack?
Dayless power. Have to keep going.
That you do, man. Ouch, shit. Ouch, shit. Might keep it. Think I should.
Like to think I learned something back there.
I would like to think that too.
You're late with your report, Hypnos. Again. Again. The dead, of course, can wait, but I'm less patient. Now explain yourself to me.
Oh, well, let's see. I woke up, I don't know what time it was, and I made sure that every shade had been accounted for, just like I always do, except I couldn't find my list at first. Can you believe it? I thought maybe my brother played a little prank, and so...
Get to the blasted point already. I don't have all day or night. Your report, where is it?
Sure, I was just getting to it, Master. My list, I found it over by the lounge. It was inside, but I am not the one who put it there, no sir. So I've been making positively sure it's not been tampered with, that it has everybody's name, cause of death, place of birth, former body weight, any previous allergies or medications.
Enough! Blood and darkness, that's enough from you. Just see to it the ledger of the dead is accurate, and get back to your post. Would that you could be more like your brother.
You've done it now, Hypnos.
No more talking to me, eh? Nobody's talking to me? Okay.
Look what I got for you, boy.
As one of Cerberus's heads receives the prince's gift, another muzzles something back into his hand.
Thank you, boy.
Hey. I got a gift. Yes, the massive beast has feasted on no short supply of interlopers to the underworld, or on those attempts to escape. However, tales of the number of his heads are often exaggerated, and in his old age, his temperament has grown much more relaxed. Indeed, he seems one of the sole sources of comfort for the house's Grim Master. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I had another thing up. What about Skelly? Okay, Skelly. I disapprove of his reckless advice, and I am uncertain as to who he was in life to be self-assured, to be so self-assured in death. I am uncertain of why he is even here, and it is quite odd that Master does not seem to know of him at all. No pets? Oh. Wanted to give some pets. You are too cute.
Must
to
have
not
missed
have pets.
Achilles.
These days not many people come and talk to me. In the beginning सब मुझे कितना भाव दे रहे थे. Now they are used to me coming back. Dead again and again and again and again and again and again.
You have met most of your Olympian relatives by now, child. Although the power of their blessings is fleeting here, they shall continue to support you as long as necessary.
That's nice.
They all still think I'm headed to join them on Olympus. That's why they're helping me.
They are helping you because you are family. Family with whom they do not yet have a complicated past.
It's getting complicated pretty fast. Good for Megara, I guess.
So, hi, Prince. So, is there anything I can get you? Or maybe tidy up some more? Or I just thought maybe you'd like something to drink.
Oh, a drink sometimes sounds wonderful, Dusa. Maybe tomorrow, assuming I'm not getting out of here by then?
What? I mean, it's no big deal. I mean, forget I asked. Or anything. I'm sorry. Bye.
You are too cute.
Dusa?
Oh, that was so cute.
Appreciate your
I
patience.
swear I've been waiting here forever. Cause of death, spoiled food. Oh.
Hey, room. I'm back.
Hey, room. Bye. Is there something on the floor? Never mind. Hey, Skelly.
Skelly, how do you know all this stuff, by the way? I mean, no offense, but you're a skeleton who just stands around. Yet you have this wealth of knowledge of the underworld.
Hey, I know people, pal. We'll just have to leave it at that. Now let's see you break some of these bones, huh?
Oh man.
If I must.
Felt nothing there, sorry.
Neat.
New keepsake. Should help.
Yes. Let's go.
It's just the edge I need.
Daedalus. Exploding launcher. Up to 7 goals. 30% damage for each. Special for 200% damage minimum. Range reduced.
That's it.
Oh hey, thank you guys. Oh, let's go.
Let's call it even.
कल oh my god, I hate this so bad. Oh well, at least I hope I get some healing because I am so gonna die.
Numbskulls.
Nice. And let's see, what did I learn? Their hatred concentrates onto a ray of point that even the chthonic gods have learned to carefully avoid whenever possible. Neat. I would like more life, but timing will do with the key.
Thing there on the ground. Good, come on in.
Yeah.
I can use this to unlock a weapon.
Okay, is this okay? Okay, I don't know.
So all I need to do is sacrifice some of my life essence to go in here. I don't see why not.
Right.
Who or what is that?
Noise. Okay, chaos. There must be some place even darker, even deeper than the lowest depths of Tartarus, for even Tartarus sprang forth from somewhere else. Tartarus. The lowest reaches of the underworld are reserved not just for Master's own abode, but for the benefit of every wretch who, in the course of drawing breath, failed every opportunity to leave any sort of positive impression behind. House of Hades. Having been appointed by the fates to reign beneath the earth for eternity, the Master was awarded a permanent place of residence at the base of his domain, in addition to a wide variety of responsibility of the dead.
This is not someone I recognize. So, in the name of Hades, hello, may I ask who's calling?
Did you not agree?
Is this a titan?
Have we met?
Oh, we have met, in a way. I know everybody here and there. You wish to leave this place, and it is my wish to make your doing so a little bit more interesting. And if you encounter the Olympians someday, do give them my regards.
Wow, I am the chaos. For the next 3 standard encounter you face 40% more foes. Afterwards, boons have 30% chance to be rare or better. Okay. For next 3 encounters, each time you cast, gets -3. Okay. And for 3 encounters, you cannot earn gold after you deal 62% damage. Okay.
I'll have to withstand the winds of chaos to extract the benefits a few chambers from now.
No chance in hell was I going to be able to handle that. Hi to viewers. It's nice to see you guys here.
I can't get used to that.
It's fun watching the pool of sticks, you know? The ripples in the blood and everything, and sometimes somebody pops out of there like you. House staff and guests of honor. No one else. I sign them in and help make sure they have a pleasant stay.
Oh.
Well, sign me in then.
Well. Go, get out. Don't let me stop you.
Notoriously vicious Cerberus is watching quietly his master's court.
All right, I'm off. Who's the best three-headed boy?
Oh, you are.
Do not let him manipulate you, Cerberus.
Cerberus is just so far gone right now. He is literally eating out of my hand.
The sealed weapons by your chambers. Your father won't observe their absence, I don't think. They remind him of a time he stood together with his brothers and sisters. He wants nothing more to do with any of that.
Oh man.
I think it's fitting you've inherited their power.
A power that once sealed away the Titans. Maybe it's a power that can break me out of here. Thank you for helping me, Achilles.
Let's have that ring, Tusa.
I just wanted to apologize because I think maybe I didn't act very appropriately last time you spoke to me. But I just really like this job, and I promise I will always do my very best, so I just hope I'll have another chance.
Dusa, please, there's no need to apologize. You've been doing a wonderful job, really.
What? You really mean it, Prince? Thank you. Thanks so much.
It's cute. About Dusa. I sometimes offer my assistance, although it is here the little Gorgon bares her fangs, refusing any help. That I can clearly see my own reflection in her polished countertop suggests she doesn't need it either. Yup. Let's hear how did you guys stay?
Let's just have a listen.
Brawl, let's... Really, who's to say who was right? Yes, who is? Who is going to say who was right?
Nyx, sometimes I get the impression the Olympians look down on those of us born of the underworld. Is that my imagination, or what do you make of it?
The gods of Mount Olympus tend to think themselves above us, child. Or so your father often likes to say. He alone was relegated to this realm and grew resentful of his relatives on high.
I can't imagine him otherwise. Sun's got the top on us again, I guess.
What do these people do?
Wretched broker, what's new, my friend?
Nothing worth purchasing, so I guess I'll just get out of here. Nothing else to do. Let's go talk to my mirror because I have some darkness points. Yes. Okay. Restore a small amount of heart when you exit a chamber, +1 per rank. Okay. Shadow presence, deal attack and special damage and striking foes from behind. Death Defiance, restore 50% instead of dying when your life total is depleted 1 time per rank. Okay. And I think then I'll save up. That's a good thing. Perform +1 additional dash in quick succession. I'll get there, but Death Defiance sounds amazing.
Been waiting over here. Hey, pal, watch where you throw those bloodstone things of yours. You drop them, you go pick them up, you understand? But if somebody gives you grief, you got my permission to chuck one right in his eye.
I'll just aim generally for the midsection since the eyes are a lot harder to hit in my experience.
True. I mean, the spear is clearly stronger, but still.
Keepsakes hold power. Ready.
Yes. Let's go. Gods are guiding me now.
Time to mix up my style. Should work.
Oh, wow.
A key to a weapon. Where now?
Here.
That's a relief. Pests.
Know that I admire your Lord Father very much, for his grim work lets me continue mine. I trust that one day you shall settle your dispute.
Wretched pest. The ashes of the dead are copious within the underworld, sometimes congealing into awful little spirits keen to cause whatever strife and mischief that they can. Ah, they literally are a pest.
Let's fight. Gemstones.
I am going towards health. Need more health. I really need more health. Good.
Heads up. Good. Oh, that hurt.
Don't increase my max life. Just give me some healing. What's the point of having max life without any healing? It's just idiotic. I do not know what that was. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Shit, shit, shit. I've gotten better, I would say that.
Ugh, skeletons.
Those were jumpy as heck skeletons.
What? Whoa, you just got killed by one of those bloodless inferno bomber skeleton type guys. Nice. I always wondered what would happen if you just kind of stood around while all their bombs went off.
Hello?
Okay.
Can't gift you anything? Okay.
Oh, it's only you.
The watchdog Cerberus observes the prince.
Oh.
See you, boy.
Whatever you may wish to say, I do not wish to hear it.
Good chat, father. Achilles, have you ever run across the shade of Daedalus in all your time? I found some of his legendary hammers out there, but no sign of him.
I've never met him, no. Your father keeps him fully occupied with building out his underworld and renovating constantly. No wonder some of his old crafting tools are strewn about. I take it you've been able to make use of them?
Indeed I have. Nyx must be someplace else. Meg's in the spotlight.
I'm always at 110%.
Take care, Dusa. The Mirror of Night. Ready, I think.
Hey. Once in a while, pal, you're gonna see a real fancy bozo try to ruin your good time. You'll know him because he's glowing like a light. But that's his special armor, see? You gotta punch right through it. He's gonna shrug you off until you do.
For a good time, beware the fancy glowing bozos on my quest. Check. Bye, everyone. Lady Artemis.
Hey, that's the Eternal Spear Varatha, isn't it? Your father used to use that, didn't he? A bit ornate for hunting, but a spear's a spear, is what I like to say.
My senses sharpen.
Hey, कितना कूल है, उसमें से हाथ निकल रहा है. Nice.
Numbskulls. Thank the gods.
So many gods. Oh god, so many gods.
Get dead.
I sense that you've been marked by the elusive Artemis, correct, nephew? She shies away from most of us, so if she's taken somewhat of a liking to you, great.
Nice. I did last time, no? This is nice. भागना मत कर, अब ना ले।
Should come in handy.
Last weapon is unlocked now. No. Nice.
Must be the fountain chamber I commissioned back at home.
Nice. Nice.
A place of calm and respite, whilst perhaps unimaginable in the underworld, occasionally is to be found, in fact.
Nice.
And not a moment too soon.
Sorry, man. This place is nice. I would like to explore a little bit. Okay, cool. This was a pretty piece. Yes.
I think I hear the river. Charon's shop.
Interesting. Hi, Karen. Stygian
Well,
boatman.
good to see you, Charon, mate. Just minding my own business, taking in the sights, and hey, what's that you got? Some sort of wares for sale? And I'll just have a look around.
Okay. Form of power. You already know about that. Not sure why the book came out. Oh, okay, Stygian blade. I'm really not sure where this came from.
The infernal wares of the Stygian boatman Charon lie sprawled about, available for sale to whomever would be willing to quench the boatman's great thirst for riches.
That will be me.
I wish. You don't have the money.
Just tidying up a bit.
I'm finding these interesting places.
I'm short of coin.
you're very short of coins. We can't buy anything.
That must be one of those infernal troves.
Damage!
Over there. Better.
Okay. Can I like go back and get the healing again? I can't, can I? I can't go back to get the healing again. I am damaged. I think यहाँ पे भी था एक गेट, but anyways. Another one? Damn it!
Which way? Farthest I've come.
Is it so? Nice.
Surprise. Of the gods.
Okay, let's call Poseidon next time. No? He might give me some healing also.
Not now. looks handy.
Nice. So I've unlocked the shop. Okay, this will give me weapon power-ups and that will give me some guard power or something.
Whose favor to choose?
I'd say you made the right decision there.
How bold of you to throw your lot in with my relatives instead of me, given the choice there, little Hades. But don't you ever bet against this horse.
Sight won't like this. I angered him, I guess. Oh, you.
Oh shit, what the fuck is that? What was that?
How embarrassing!
Ah, it was Poseidon. I mean, that's just mean, dude. Wasn't particularly nice.
Well,
That darn Poseidon.
Back already. I'm busy now, as you can plainly see.
well then.
The vicious three-faced guard hound of the gates of death barks out a brief hello.
Oh,
You
Come
want
here,
more
pets.
pets? I got more pets here, boy.
nice. Right.
Here you go. Whew, it's a big job having to sweep up after Cerberus sheds everywhere.
It wasn't your fault, Cerberus.
Prices are a little steep there, I must say.
Hi.
Oh, Your Highness, I was just making the rounds again.
Oh, you don't give me an opportunity to give you a gift, man.
Thanatos does it again. The Olympians can't really see me, can they, Nyx? I mean, not very well. I get that they can sense details here and there, but they don't know the full extent of what's going on. Are we really so far beyond their influence?
You are enshrouded from them, child. For your own benefit and theirs. They know as much as necessary to assist. And I trust they shall, for as long as you require. They are bound to one another as family. And they know that you require aid. Do not be too prideful to accept.
I won't.
Yeah, I don't like Poseidon that much now. That idiot killed me.
Let your instincts take over while you're out there.
I'm ready. Skelly?
Little tip, boyo. You find any coinage while you're out there, you be sure to pawn it off to that old Kieran. Boatman guy.
Kieran.
Use it or lose it, pal. Use it or lose.
Thanks, mate. Note to self, always spend everything I earn instead of ever saving.
Oh, you crack me up.
Let's see what's in here. Aegis, Shield of Chaos. Lend me your power.
What is that thing?
But
Nope, couldn't feel a thing.
go to defend. Rush. Q to throw. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with the spear here.
Should take my spear. Again.
Here we go again. This is the last one, and after this, I'm gonna go.
Lord Ares.
And I'm gonna sleep.
Never the Eternal Spear. I thought it lost. Have you any idea how many lives it drank during your father's glory days?
The war is on.
Hell yeah. Already took damage. Damn.
Each time the prince delves back into the underworld, its ever-shifting chambers realign to frustrate his attempts to perhaps map it out.
Built to ensure no one gets out. We'll see about that. Am I interrupting something? Okay.
Yeah, it's just a random booth laying around. It's adorable.
Someday, when we'll be resting easy on these heights, why, we'll look back at this and laugh, I'm sure of it.
They seem very obnoxious for some reason. I don't
Thunder
even
and
know what
lightning.
God is. I don't think I have much of it. Gifts or power? That's so cute. Some people get so cute. I'm happy with them.
perfect gift.
I am an idiot. Ouch. Wow. Every single one. Give me them crap. I took.
Sometimes I have to wonder, man, what's going through your head. I mean, I know you hear me and the others, but it's so damn dark down there, I can't hear you at all.
How about another?
I do want the power ups more than the renovation because I have no idea renovation se kya ho raha hai. Maybe it is some kind of a cool effect that I'm unaware of. Where is... Okay, I see you guys now. Oh, this flashing is awesome.
Need to press on.
Yeah, although we are dying, practically, but oh well.
Power of Olympus.
Nothing? Let's go. Hey.
Fountain chamber. Shiny.
Can I not heal? Nice. Anything else like that? No?
Kieran's shop. Yum. Kieran, you've been such a reassuring sight, I thought I'd offer you a token of my gratitude. Wait, you don't have to give me something in return. It was a gift. Though, you're insisting, aren't you?
Oh.
I don't know what to say, mate.
Okay. Kieran.
Got to say, you are a sight for sore eyes there, Kieran. So, looks like you're selling. Is that it? You come to help me out? Brilliant.
That's nice.
I can't.
Oh.
Let's go, lads. Had enough?
Yes.
In the name of Hades.
Something is upgraded. Okay. I said Thug is updated? No. Just thinking something about those bony thingies. Okay. Ouch! Okay. Now they have been reduced to merely the most base of negative impulses. These damnable wretches do their part to help uphold the underworld's cruel reputation. Okay. Okay, what happened here? Okay.
I'll take what's mine.
Transgressions are not tolerated.
Oh my goodness.
Not so fast. You lad, huh?
Enough.
There we are.
Okay, Infernal Trove. Though the Master is best known for presiding over this vast realm of death beneath the earth, he has another preoccupation, wealth, riches, and the like, perhaps for its own sake, or perhaps as a measure of how effectively he oversees his domain.
Cheers.
Nice. Max life बढ़ जाएगी. Let's go here. getting harder.
Let's see what's in here.
Good and full health.
No urns permitted in this chamber. Thank you, mate.
Beyond the present chamber lies the outermost perimeter of Tartarus, promising terrifying dangers far beyond the Underworld Prince's reckoning.
And I can reckon quite a bit.
Okay, I'm tiny amount scared, but okay, let's go. That sounds awesome. I am out of Tartarus. Almost.
Well, this is awkward.
Halt, Zagreus. Not one step further.
You got it?
Come on, Meg. Haven't we had more than enough of each other by now? Besides, don't you have someplace else to be?
Your father sent me. All in all, I'd rather be on your bad side than his. Now you can turn back like a good little man, or I can send you home the painful way.
I'll have to go with the painful way.
A man after my own heart. That's just not enough.
अरे यार इस एंगल से निकल सकते हैं।
Brat, why won't you give up?
For you!
Oh well, this was the last run for tonight. Tomorrow we'll continue with this. But Abhi, I would like to have a chat with Hypnosis if he talks to me. And my dad. I am so gonna have a chat with my
cheers
dad.
for that, Meg.
Whoa! Hey, you keep dying? You happen to run into my brother anywhere out there by any chance? Haven't seen him in ages. What's with the long assignment?
Something about a war. Father sent Thanatos to take stock, but you're right. It's been a while now that you mention it. I guess a lot's occurred down here since then.
I'll say. The lounge reopened. Let's see. What else? Anyway, you see my brother out there? You tell him we've got everything here under control.
Nice.
Everything under control.
Back again. Have you yet satisfied your foolish urges? Perhaps a lashing from the Fury's whips would set you straight.
I had it out with them already, thanks.
Such nonsense. First you defy me openly, and now you lie. On my next meeting with the Furies, we'll have a word about all this. You rest assured.
Wish I could be there to see your face. Hey boy, just me again. Here to report, it's pretty dangerous out there, even without you on guard duty all the time.
The venerable Hound of Hell barely acknowledges the softly spoken prince's platitude, knowing full well the underworld is not as vigilantly guarded as in ages past.
How's my favorite boy doing, huh?
Yes. You are my favorite boy. Oh my god, you're so cute.
Prince.
Achilles, sir. There's something I've been wondering about your codex. The words are yours, and yet it's through my actions that I'm able to absorb them. Is that how mortal scriptures always work?
You have to understand, lad. I've been here in your father's realm for quite some time. My documented learnings became bound to me, much like this spear, you see. You can undo those bindings over time. Thus, my knowledge can be yours, whatever it amounts to.
I see. I think. I'm grateful for it, sir.
Everything is still locked. We can change some draperies.
That's a lot of gemstones. How about this, contractor? This is the color suited for a hole back there.
A garish hue.
Yeah.
You are returned. You
Somebody
are always welcome in my company, child.
Good seeing you. Good for Thanatos. What's in stock?
Oh, no, I just forgot something. I have to go.
Oh. Yeah, silly. Silly it is, huh?
I want to go lie down.
It is the dead of night,
Okay.
or the approximation of it in the realm of Hades. Prince of the underworld Zagreus rises from a fitful slumber, with much mischief on his mind.
Uh-huh.
Mischief? Me? I was just going to have a little look through Father's stuff.
All is quiet at this time. Ever-dreaming Hypnos put a spell upon the house, as willful Zagreus had asked of him. All are fast asleep, save for the prince. It is exactly as he planned.
Lower your voice, old man. I'm trying to be sneaky here.
He ventures toward the stately throne of his lord father, half expecting to be caught, but ill expecting what he is about to find.
I said shut up, old man.
He does not know exactly what he seeks. He only knows that something always has felt off to him,
Okay.
that he does not belong.
Huh.
Who is he, really? Lord Hades never would indulge such questions, so Prince Zagreus would find out for himself.
I'm not listening.
He rifles through his lord father's possessions. There is not much of any import there. Ledgers and administrative parchment work. Correspondence from Olympus which he had ignored. No trace of any reference to his son. But then, there is the note. Written finally in a hand and voice the likes of which the prince had never seen or heard.
Hades, I can no longer tolerate my life here in this place. So I'm leaving, even if it kills me. I won't be returning to Olympus. If there is a place where I belong in this world, it must be somewhere between heaven and hell. Perhaps it's on the coast and has a little garden.
Aww.
Take care of Cerberus. I shall miss him. Persephone.
Thus did Prince of the Underworld Zagreus absorb the contents of this hidden letter, written in his mother's hand.
His mother's hand? My mother's hand? Wait, what? You're saying this Persephone, that she's my mother? But Father always said that Nyx was that liar. He lied to me. They both did. All my life.
Thus did the prince discover, inadvertently, the well-kept truth about his lineage. Entirely by chance, this did occur.
Oh, his silly voice.
Persephone, the one-time queen of all the underworld. Where had she gone? And why? Engulfed by newfound questions and his rage, the prince decided to confront his lord and master.
You... why? You're... Nix, you're not my mother. All this time, you and my father, you lied to me?
Oh, my dear child. So now you know. So now you know. But only half the truth. I can explain the rest, so please. It never was my wish to hurt you.
Mother, I wonder, will you even remember me?
Oh. Okay, we gotta talk to peoples. But before that, let's move it up.
Done.
Court is in session now. And next, make your claim. Really? Next. I'm listening. Go on. Laughable. Denied.
What's new? I need to track down more chthonic keys.
I would like to check out what the hourglass does and then we go. Seriously, I'm so late.
Hey, something back there for you, pal.
Another weapon.
Let me give you a piece of advice, boyo. You run across a guy like me out there, you just give him a good stab right in the back without a second thought before he sends you crying back to Papa.
I'll keep that in mind, mate. What's that one there?
Items from have duration 4% increased. That is nowhere near 38 points for total extra life. Okay. Okay, fine. This is time. I should go to sleep. It's very tempting to go again. I know this game is awesome. But yes, we are gonna go now. Ta-da! Bye-bye. And I hope everybody has a good time. Bye. Well, ta-da. And my stream is lagging in the ta-da. So, awkward eye contact. this stream. And peace and break. So finally, I hope this time this doesn't. Bye bye, good night, or good day.